Do you want to have an early retirement and have millions of dollars in your bank account when you do? Are you looking for ways to be financially independent in this tough economy? Do you want to get out of the 9-to-5 loop and live the life of your dreams? Then you are at the right place. In this video, I will share 6 of the best high-growth ETFs to buy that will improve your chances of becoming an investing pro and enhance your soft skills. How you handle your financial resources is more essential than your IQ most of the time. The good news is that you can still get rich by learning these soft skills even if you don't go to Harvard or work on Wall Street. If you are new here, I would greatly appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our informative videos. If you find this video valuable, do give it a big thumbs up, as it does keep me motivated to give you more videos and more content. Hey guys, welcome to RJN Invests. When saving for retirement, it might be difficult to pick a solid investment among the thousands of investment opportunities. There is a lot of options out there, and it can be hard to figure out which one will best serve your needs in time of development, stability, and low fees. There's a lot to think about, and your choice might determine whether you earn market-beating returns over your lifetime or lose everything in the game of chance. Let me introduce you to the top 6 high-quality investment ETFs so you can choose for yourself. These exchange-traded funds, ETFs, are not only excellent choices that can help you accomplish financial independence and offer attractive returns and reasonable fees. Now let's jump right into it. 1. Vanguard Growth ETF, VUG. For younger investors with a longer time horizon and a higher risk tolerance, you can look into Vanguard Growth ETF, VUG. In the United States, it tracks the performance of the CRSP Big Cap Growth Index, which bases its holdings on the performance of large and mid-cap firms exhibiting growth characteristics. If you put money into this fund, most of it will go to fast-growing companies like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Tesla. As they say, the higher the risk, the higher the return. Therefore, this fund will do better in upward trending markets and worse than average in downward trending markets. The returns are expected to exceed those of the S&P 500 index over the long term. In this investment, the technology industry is the most important, followed by consumer cyclical, communication, and healthcare. Apple has the largest holding, followed by the holdings of Microsoft, Amazon, and Tesla. Usually, this is how it works out with growth stocks. The expense ratio is 0.04% and the dividend yield is 0.7%. 2. Vanguard Value Index ETF, VTV. VTV is an exchange-traded fund ETF managed by Vanguard that follows the CRSP US Big Cap Value Index. This consists of more than 300 firms. It selects equities that appear to be trading at a discount relative to their worth or that are deemed to have many valuable characteristics in their favor. In contrast to growth investment, which focuses primarily on picking stocks expected to rise rapidly in the future, value investing prioritizes stability. Consider the savings you'd make if you bought a steak that normally cost $12 but was on sale for $8 in the grocery store. Warren Buffett has made a net worth of roughly $100 billion with the value investing approach. He bought downtrodden companies, which he called cigar butt investing. Healthcare receives the highest allocation, followed by finance, industrials, and defensive consumer goods. The top 10 holdings include United Health Group, Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, Procter & Gamble, and AbbVie. The expense ratio is 0.04%, and the dividend yield is under 3%. 3. Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, VOO. The S&P 500 is commonly used as a proxy for the market, and as one of the most reliable economic barometers for the United States. Investing in this index is a wise move for a number of reasons. Buying into this index is like buying shares of hundreds of different companies spread across the market's many sectors. Before a firm can join the S&P 500, it must fulfill a number of criteria designed to protect the interest of investors. The company needs to meet minimum threshold for size, liquidity, and earnings. The profits are also not trivial, with roughly 12% compounded annually from inception to 2021's end. The technology industry is the most important, followed by the healthcare, finance sector, and the consumer cyclicals industry. Among the top 10 holdings are Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, and ExxonMobil. Due to its low risk and high return, it is no surprise that it is one of the most popular investment options. This may be the best single investment you can make because of how little you need it to retire comfortably. The expense ratio is 0.03%, and the dividend yield is 1.7%. 4. Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF (VTI). The Vanguard Total Stock Market (VTI) offers unprecedented diversification with over 4,000 individual U.S. holdings, making it a top pick for conservative investors. VTI comprises small, medium, and large companies, whereas the S&P 500 only includes large ones. Many financiers prefer to put their money into startups rather than large enterprises because large companies tend to stay in their current state for much longer. When compared to a giant corporation like Apple, whose growth is limited, it's considerably simpler for a small business to double or triple its sales. Although they provide greater potential for growth, startups are riskier than large, stable businesses because of their greater propensity for both short-term and long-term financial instability and bankruptcy. The technology industry is by far the most important, followed by healthcare, finance industry, and the consumer cyclicals industry. Among the top 10 holdings are Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Berkshire Hathaway. The expense ratio is 0.03%, and the dividend yield is 1.7%. 5. Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF SCHD. Due to the primary emphasis on high-quality income-producing stocks, SCHD has become a favorite of dividend investors. Stocks and ETFs that pay dividends can be lucrative investments, but you need to tread carefully because some of them are actually yield traps. This is what happens when investors are drawn to a distressed investment because of its high dividend yield. To visualize this, think of a stock that has a high dividend yield but has been in a long-term downward trend due to companies' fundamentals. The stocks in SCHD's portfolio must have reliable dividends defined as at least 10 years of uninterrupted dividend payments. Healthy growth in income should result from a concentration on high-quality companies paying dividends. Financials, industrials, and technologies make up the bulk of the portfolios, roughly 100 stocks. Coca-Cola, IBM, Amgen, and Merck are three of the largest holdings. The expense ratio is 0.06%, and the dividend yield is 3.5%. 6. Vanguard Total World Stock ETF (VT). This ETF allows the performance of the FTSE Global All-Cap Index, which includes both mature and emerging economies. Unlike many of the more well-known funds, it doesn't limit itself to investing only in U.S. companies. Rather, it diversifies its holdings to include those around in other countries as well. Approximately 40% of its holdings are located in non-U.S. markets. Nonetheless, it continues to share many of the same holdings as U.S. funds, including Apple, United Health Group, Berkshire Hathaway, and Microsoft. The largest industry is the technology sector, followed by the financial sector, healthcare, and consumer cyclicals. The fund has many of the same solid holdings as the S&P 500, but it also gives investors access to international markets and the opportunity to participate in the expansion of emerging markets. The expense ratio is 0.06%, and the dividend yield is more than 2%. In case you haven't already noticed, although these funds are not identical, several of them have very similar holdings and sector allocations. The majority of them are Vanguard funds, which typically have very low expense ratios compared to other major fund families. Since a majority of the largest investment businesses offer the same range of products, it's safe to assume that they're equivalents supplied by different firms. If you pick a high-quality ETF that is both diversified and holds market-leading firms with strong fundamentals, you won't have to do much else. You can help your investments compound by contributing to the fund on a regular basis, both when prices are high and when they are low. Even with a modest allocation or just a single top-tier ETF, you can create a fortune. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed and learned something from this video. This video is not financial advice, and you should always do your research before investing in anything. The best thing you can do is subscribe if you haven't already and give this video a big thumbs up. So with that, have a wonderful day, and I'll meet you in the next video. Take care.